Hey everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and this is my week 2 update for One Book July. And so far, everything is going really well. There's some things that I'm not able to check off. However, the fact that I am checking them off or checking them daily has been a really great thing. Just for those of you who don't know, I'm using the 2021 Power Sheet Goal Planner as my one book for the month. And then I have my regular planner, which I affectionately call either Baby because of the cover or Planner Prime. It is my Soumkine Weekly Planner, and it's a year planner. And then my Hobonichi Cousin Avec, and it's the July through December. So those are what I will be checking or showing you kind of a flip through of how week 2 went. So we'll go ahead and just get into it. Just as a reminder, let me make sure everybody is in focus here. I'm counting week 1 as this small start. So from the 1st through the 8th. And then week 2 would have been from the 8th through yesterday, the 15th. So just because it started on a Thursday, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. So we will go through that. But this is kind of how it's going. My closet cleanup, I've started, and I've started clearing out some things. So I do have some progress there. Nothing in the bathroom deep cleaning or reorganization yet, but I still have half of the month left. I got in my tire kit for my bike, and on top of that, I also picked up a bicycle multi-tool and some other things. So I've got that in. I still need to get my tire repaired, but that is kind of at the mercy of my husband, and he has to show me how to fix my tire. Now, yes, I could take my tire in, get it fixed for $25 probably, I think. That's the going rate, and have it back on my bike. However, knowing that almost instantly I could also hit a goat head, a lot of people call them stickers or briars, things like that. They're these awful stickers that Utah has that will puncture a tire easily. And they have been the bane of my existence. So knowing how to repair my tire is paramount for me getting back on my bike and not getting so frustrated that I give up. So I have made the first steps. Working on the backyard has kind of been null because it has been over 100 every day here in Utah, almost every day. So yeah, that's not viable for me right now. I run in the mornings before work. And by the time I get off work, it's still 95 to 105. And I am very susceptible to heat in my old age. So we're going as we can. And this kind of gets relegated to the weekends so that I can get out and do that. But this weekend, up until Sunday, I have things I've got to get done. So we'll see how that goes. But if it doesn't get done, it doesn't. But it's here to remind me. My adventure dates with Greg, those have done well. Weekly self-care, self-love, 1 hour or more. I've hit that every week so far. And posting for the channel, I have done that. I've not gotten my blog finished or a vlog, unfortunately, but the shots into my lower fascia for L4 and L5 of my spine took a lot more out of me than I expected, even though I knew it was going to only temporarily relieve pain. When it came back with a vengeance. So I've kind of just been taking it easy. Even my runs have been slower just because it has been painful. I still have to go through another set of those shots for the nerve blocks to make sure it still works. Then I can go in and get the ablation and hopefully move on with my life. My alternative exercise is kind of hit and miss. My meditation is going good. Tracking my macros has been going great. I am also down 9 pounds since July 1st. And that is huge for me. So since the pandemic started, this is the most that I have dropped when I wasn't sick. So I am going in the right direction. I am now below 250. I'm at 248.4 as of this morning. And so I am super excited that I am dropping weight. And a lot of that has to do with counting my macros. And I will go ahead and link down below the app that I use. It's called Chronometer. I pay for the app. I do not get it for free. This is not a sponsored video, but it is the easiest one that I have found that tracks my macros and has the ability for me to just take a scan of the barcode of whatever I'm eating and put it in. I love it. Plus, it also incorporates my exercise so I can have it track my Strava exercise. It'll also track my Oura Ring, and it also tracks my Samsung Health. So everything that I use, it incorporates in. And so it will tell me, my, in tracking my macros, it'll tell me, I did this much exercise. And so it does the deficit for me for my calories. And it has been a game changer. Linking everything that I have together and putting it into Chronometer has been great. So just a little plug for that if you're interested in tracking your macros. Journaling, hit and miss, in bed by 10:30. Mostly miss so far, but I am trying and I'm very cognizant about it. Most of the time I've been in bed before 11, but because it's not 10:30, I'm not counting it. If I got in before 10:45, I would still count that. But if it's 10:46, no. I'm trying to be very regimented about that so that it is a habit that I continually try to build on. And sleep right now is one of my priorities. I have also been sleeping in a little bit longer when I can, when I'm working from home. And that has actually decreased my longer runs, but I feel like my sleep is much more important than me, getting in an extra half a mile. So there is that. Just because my sleep has been kind of out of whack, I want to make sure that's under control before anything else. Because if I don't have good sleep, it doesn't matter what I do in my exercise because it takes away from everything else if I don't have a good sleep foundation to build on. 80 to 120 ounces of water. I've been hitting that good. And then my cleaner eating. I'm trying to stick as much as possible to whole foods, and that has helped as well. I originally thought, I would have 3 days on, 1 day cheat, 2 days on, 1 day cheat, but I really don't find myself cheating. I don't find that urge. My hands have been super less painful, less swollen. I can tell that the inflammation is down from when I was drinking Coke constantly. So many things have gotten so much better. And I know it's also just a matter of time when my back starts to improve as well, just because I'm not drinking soda. So there is that for the update for this week. And then getting into my Planner Prime. This is my step count for the month. And I've had 2 days where they did, the line is, I was over 11,000 steps that day, but I don't have an exact count because my watch died. But these two were back to back, and they had to do with my back really, really hurting. So, and then funny enough, the 9,888 was actually on Monday when I got my back, when I got the injections. I just wrote it on the wrong day. So I didn't worry about whiting it out and changing it. I'm like, I just put them back to back like that, or I'll just change them out. So I've only had 2 days under 10 or under 11,000. And this one, I only missed it by less than 800 steps. So I feel good about that. And I'm not going to worry about it when I got my injection because, yeah, like I said, a little more painful than I had anticipated. Evidently, I had 9 shots in my lower back with 3.5-inch needles. And supposedly they're tiny needles, but still. It was going into the muscle and into my joints, where the nerves are. And yeah, my right side about had me standing up off that table, screaming in pain. My left side has always been much easier from my neck all the way down to my butt. But my right side is ungodly painful. I have sciatic issues. And interestingly enough, just as a side tangent, the shot actually relieved a lot of sciatic pain on my right side. And even though the pain came back in my lower back, the sciatica did not come back for 4 days. So today was actually the first day, well, kind of last night was the first time that I felt that sciatic pain again after getting the injection, which was only temporary. So interesting little side note there. The tracking of in here, that's in addition to everything that's in my Cultivate What Matters. No soda or sweets. Haven't had that at all. Cleaning something daily. I've done that. Loving all around, which is me loving all of my fur babies and on Greg happened. My 5-year techo, again, along with my weeks, is hit and miss. And I was probably a little over enthusiastic about planning and all the things because doing these 2 things right now is a lot. And I am having a lot more to do at work and things like that. So I'm doing the best I can. And I would rather spend my time in these 2 planners than, half-ass what I'm doing in either my weeks or my 5-year techo. I will catch up in those when I have downtime. I just have not been able to do that consistently yet. So there's that. This is the month at a glance for July with everything that I have going on. And that pretty much has stayed the same. And then I have my weekly view in my Soumkine. And this is what it looks like as of today. My meal planning has gone pretty well, actually, except for last night. I babysat my nephew, who is a 1-year-old, and I thought that I would be able to cook possibly while he was in his little stroller thingy that he can pat around on the kitchen floor. He was not having any of that. If I did not hold him constantly, he would cry. And I know that most of you are like, yeah, but kids cry. Yeah, I understand that. But Greg was also working downstairs. And so I kind of had to make sure that that did not happen. And, we had a good old time with Auntie Amy and Damari. So we enjoyed each other's company, and I loved watching him. It was the first time since he was born that I've actually got to like babysit him, and I look forward to doing that much more in the future. I've got some of my orders coming in, and my to-do list is going well, all that kind of thing. So, let me also show you how June is looking, or July actually. This is my July spread for the month. I've got 5 of my 13 good things already done, and some of the things that we're watching, and my master to-do list. A lot of things checked off there. My appointments that I still have to get done, and my goals, all of that. So I am very happy with how everything is going so far. Now we'll get into my Hobonichi, which I have. This is the July. I look at this like my future log, because I do use the bullet journal method in my Hobonichi Cousin Avec. And so this is where I forward or push forward anything that has been in my future log. So because this goes from July to June of next year, 2022, this is technically my future log, but I kind of use this as my future log. Then this is my 1 line a day kind of thing, where, you know, in your bullet journal, you would number 1 through 30 or 1 through 31 for your month, and you would put down, you know, whatever happened that particular day. That's where I put this. Over here is where I put my self-care. And so far, I've been keeping up with this every night, and it is part of my evening reflection. This was last week, how it ended up. And I did miss a day on Friday as far as putting in my gratitude, but, you know, that happens. And this is the first of the month. We already looked at that. So this is this week, and this is today, Friday. And so far, so good. I've gotten about halfway through my water, although I'm going to be up very late tonight, so I'm having some cold brew that I made and I love. So there is that. And then this will get filled in more tomorrow and Sunday. Then we skip ahead to the dailies. So this was last week, Thursday. And this is starting on the 9th. And even though it's not a whole lot, I have been trying to make sure I journal in here. And some days I don't. But this is today. And I'll go in and write something tonight once I go to bed, or tomorrow morning. And that is how it looks. So I've got next week already kind of filled out here. And then I have a little bit of next week all set up here. And that's the update for week 2 of One Book July. I would love to know how you guys are doing down below in the comment section. If you would tell me how you're doing with your One Book July, I would love to know. Also, what you're actually using. I know I had a lot of, ideas going through my head from, going back to Pocket, doing some of the things that, doing some of the options that Tiffany had sent me. I had actually planned on using this Moterm Personal and using these sheets, but in the end, I wanted to make sure that I stuck with this for July, and this seemed the easiest for me to do that. So I love my planning system, and it is a source of comfort to me right now, and that's what I needed. So I do have a couple of unboxings to do. My companion to this that I ordered a couple of weeks ago got here from the Netherlands. And then I should be getting another order from something that I've been waiting on from Speckled Fawns this week as well. So once I get that particular package, then I'll do an unboxing of both. I have not opened my package from Falcon Traveler because I know that I will go crazy when I see it, and I want to do an unboxing of both. So anyway, that's where we stand. And again, tell me how you're doing on One Book July. We are pretty close to halfway through, and I would love to know. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.